If you've been in the One Piece space for a while, you've probably heard more often than not that Oda's editors made him do something. And I'm here to say that 99.9% of the time, that is wrong. This is probably one of the biggest misconceptions that I have seen within the One Piece community, and the misconception that shits me the most. And I'm going to pull up the three most popular Oda's editor did it misconceptions and prove them wrong. The first one is Shanks's arm, as you can see here. It's a whole thing that everyone says Oda's editor made him do that. Oda's editor made him take off Shanks's arm in the very first chapter. This is simply not true. Oda's editor was even the one to talk about this in the Jump 2010 magazine, where he had told Oda at the beginning he needed something more exciting to maybe spice up the first chapter. That is when Oda himself came up with the idea of removing Shanks's arm. That was not the editor that made Oda do that. That was Oda's own choice and accepting that yes, he did need something more exciting, and he made the choice to remove Shanks's arm. This was not what the editor made him do. As you can see here, in this interview. The second editor misconception is an editor made Oda put the supernovas into his story. Once again, this is not true. The supernovas, also known as the worst gen, were 9 new characters that Oda added during Sabaody, and everyone knows that he came up with those characters on the week of making them, as in he made them basically on the spot. But there is a belief that his editor made him do that. That isn't true. Otis spoke about this himself, and when he was making Sabaody, he was worried that there wasn't enough excitement in Sabaody, and his editor had said the same thing, which Oda had agreed with. So when his editor said, you might have to add something to spice it up, Oda said to him, what about new characters? And after Oda said that, he made the worst generation. And finally, the last editor misconception, and the one that drives me the most insane, is the Zoro and Luffy fight at Whiskey Peak. I have constantly heard that an editor made Oda do this because an editor wanted Luffy and Zoro to fight. This one is so untrue. There isn't even anything online or archived about any interview from Oda or his editors of either of them saying that. And that's all I wanted to clear up because I absolutely hate the editors did it misconception. And now I hope you guys can spread the word and tell everyone that they are wrong. Thank you.